Hello everyone, my name is Mariam Mokhtar. The Raub land grab is a damning indictment of the failed system in the country and of the polarizing legacy of the elite of our society, both Malay and non-Malay, who pit their power and influence against the struggling durian farmer. You wouldn't be wrong to recognize the land seizures as a modified version of colonial rule, with the new colonial powers being the ruling class and nouveau riche of society. Some irresponsible people may attempt to portray the land grab as a racist issue of disgruntled Chinese farmers against the Malays in the ruling establishment, but nothing could be further from the truth. There is nothing racist in the Raub land seizure because this is a simple story about a lawless grab for power and wealth by the Malaysian elite, be it Malay or non-Malay. It is a story about the establishment riding on the back of poor farmers who in some cases had sacrificed decades of blood, sweat and tears tending to their durian trees. On the 5th of September, 2 months ago, the Raub police chief Muhammad Shahril Abdul Rahman warned Malaysians that he had no hesitation to punish those who willingly took part in the gathering organized by the Save Musang King Alliance, or SAMKA. Shahril claimed that the gathering was opposed by local residents, including the venue owner and the Raub District Council, but SAMKA's chairman, Wilson Chang, disputes this. Chang said that the gathering was to obtain support from the people and pressure the government to halt the oppression against the durian farmers. Now, central to SAMKA's concerns is the acknowledgement of the hardship faced by the farmers, issues that are commonly experienced by people who have embraced agriculture as a means to earn a living. Chan said that the farmers merely want the authorities' acknowledgement that their request for land to be leased to them is made possible. They hoped to continue to plant and sell durians with the skills and expertise honed over decades of cultivating durians, so they may help contribute to the nation's durian industry. So, when the Kuantan High Court dismissed the judicial review application of the Musang King durian farmers way back in April, the farmers in Raub came under intense pressure and disruption from the state government, consortiums and enforcement agencies. But very few Malaysians know the history of the farmers' presence on the land, how they ended up being durian farmers. However, they would probably be the first to agree that the authorities have every right to be rid of the farmers. But as for the durian consortiums, they believe that having the backing of the state and the patronship of the VVIPs will give them unlimited authority to ride roughshod over the durian farmers. There are allegations that these consortiums are managed by influential Chinese businessmen. But, in truth, the land grab is all about greed, power, self-interest, and the elite of society, both Malay and non-Malay, creating wealth off the backs of the poor farmers. The 2019 insatiable hunger by the People's Republic of China for our Musang King durian has fueled the current Raub land seizures. A few individuals will wrongly depict the Raub land grab as a tussle between the Chinese farmers and the establishment Malays. But this is not true, because many of the original farmers are also Malay. Many decades ago, in the aftermath of the emergency. Do you remember the emergency? The emergency of Malaya? The authorities were still fighting the Communist Party of Malaysia, and Raub was a hotbed of communist activity, with guerrillas holed up in the jungles in and around Raub. Now, this was the early 1970s, at a time when the country had not long emerged from Merdeka, and the nation was struggling to find its feet and build its economy, as the British colonialist powers had siphoned off much of the nation's wealth. So when the early settlers, the Malayans, approached the new Merdeka administrators for help in securing jobs and financial help, the then state administration urged farmers to report on the activities of the Communist Party of Malaysia. But there was one proviso. The then Agricultural Board, Lembaga Kemajuan Perusahaan Pertanian, LKPP, formed in 1969, which is the precursor of today's Perbadanan Kemajuan Pertanian Pahang, or PKPP, urged the villagers, both Malay and Chinese, to resettle nearer to Raub, and as a sweetener, promised each farmer 2 acres of land. So the authorities gave permission for the settlers to cultivate the land and make their money from agriculture, presumably to avoid the responsibility of dispersing financial aid to the farmers. Despite agreeing to be resettled, the authorities then reneged on their promise. So no farmer was granted the title deeds to the land that he worked on, that he toiled, as alleged by 80-year-old Muhammad Ali, who was a village headman in 1979. You see, the Raub land grab is merely the working class version of corporate takeovers, much like the hostile grab of Southern Bank by CIMB Bank. So, how would you feel if you were a hard-working farmer when a consortium of rich and powerful tycoons, backed by the state apparatus, seized the land that you had cultivated for decades and reaped the benefits, which is the product of years of sacrifice and hard work? The original settlers cleared virgin jungle, battled the elements, faced off predators, communists, terraced the hillside, nursed the durian seedlings and protected them from disease and drought before harvesting the fruits. And then along comes the consortium, which then demands that you hand over the rights to the land to them. See, for them, it is easy profits. But for you, if you're the farmer, it is your life's work, your life sacrifice. Therefore, if anyone needed support, it is the durian farmers of Raub and of Sakma. Thank you for listening. Speak to you soon. If you like my videos, please press like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please also visit my Patreon channel if you wish to sponsor me. Thank you.